Dear all, today, two lectures, we have observed how the X-rays function, different properties of X-ray, the method of generation of X-ray, and its utilization in different applications. Okay. However, X-ray technology is good in only few respects, whereas if we are looking at some other aspect, it lags. There are some inherent disadvantages related to the X-rays, which will be discussed subsequently in this lecture. Okay, and because of these disadvantages, new method for diagnosis and detection of human tissues needs to be invented. This method is related to X-ray computed tomography, and it is also famously known as CT scan. Okay, so let us start the lecture by observing what were the deficiencies or disadvantages of the X-ray. Okay, two limitations of X-ray. Okay, the first one is that all the information generated through the X-ray is on a single dimensional plane instead of a three-dimensional plane. Okay, so if we are taking X-ray of our hands, if we are taking X-ray of our hand, we will be clearly able to see all the fractures and whatever deficiencies there in the bones. However, if we are looking at our rib cage with one organ overlaid over another, and inside a particular bone structure, like inside we are at the top, we have a rib cage made up of solid bones, then there are lungs, human heart, kidneys at the back. So in this type of stage, X-ray fails to produce a proper image of all the organs, and it makes diagnosis very difficult. Okay, then photographic film usually used for making radiographs have a limited dynamic range. So any object having a lone variation in X-ray absorption related to the surrounding will not cause significant and contrast and cannot be distinguished by the human eye. Again, again in this respect, we can take the example of human rib cage, where one organ is underlying over the other organ, okay, or below the other organ. So these all the tissues are made up of different compounds and they have different densities. Human bones in the rib cage have more density as compared to lungs, and maybe the lungs have lower density as compared to any other organ on the back. So because of this, a clear image is unable to the technology is unable to generate a clear image on a photographic film of a particular human organ. Okay, so this causes diagnosis very difficult, or diagnostic process difficulty in the diagnostic process. Okay, so details of bone structure can be clearly seen, but it is difficult to discern the shape and composition of soft tissues and organs accurately. So X-ray is very good if you are observing fractures and all in the human bones, but if you want a complete and good image of internal organs, so it is very difficult to get a clear image. Now, and this problem becomes even more complicated if we are talking about structures such as our human head, which constitutes brain and skull. Now skull bones are very dense, so they don't let the X-rays pass to the human brain and get a proper image of the brain. So in a way, brain is shielded because of the skulls, and this also causes a problem that a proper image of the brain is also not developed. So diagnosis related to the brain is not at all possible with the help of X-rays. And to solve this problem, computed tomography or CT scan was invented and developed. Okay, now CT scan, the word comes out from a Greek word tomography, and it means to write on a slice or a section. So the radiographic images or the radiography or the X-ray process which is carried out through CT scan focuses on a particular organ, and even on that organ particular slice of that organ, we can say. Okay. And conventional tomography was developed to reduce superposition of effect of simple radiographic images. Like if we are taking again rib cage is the example. If we are taking radiography of our rib cage, different organs are overlapped over one another. But if we are doing the same thing through tomography, we can specifically focus on particular organ like human heart, lungs or kidney. Okay, and other organs can be blurred. So let us look at the principle that is followed for the tomography. Okay, in this arrangement as well, we use the help of X-rays and photographic films. But these X-rays and photographic films shown in this picture are rotated around the human body. So here is an X-ray tube, this is the human body, and this is the detector of photographic film. Now this and this are rotated across the human body, and X-rays of varying intensity are allowed to pass through, which will then generate the image after it is computed through, or after the image has been generated through computer programming. Okay, so in this arrangement, the X-ray tube and photographic films are moved in synchronization so that one plane of the patient under examination remains in focus while all other planes are blurred. Okay, now human is a 3D body, so we want to focus only on particular plane, and in one plane, if we will be looking clearly at our body, only one type of organ will be there. Kidneys are little at the back side, the lungs in the middle, ribcage in the front. Some organs may be at other positions or ahead of other organs or the behind other organs. So when this is X-ray setup is rotated, we are focusing only on a particular organ of a 3D plane. So image of only that organ will be generated, and rest all the organs will be blurred. Now in computer tomography, the picture is made to view the patient's X-ray imaging from numerous angles. Okay, so as the X-ray is rotated, we get an image from different angles. We can view the image of a same organ from different angles, and by mathematical algorithms and programming, the image is reconstructed, and we get a detailed structure displaying the reconstruction on the video monitor. Okay, so we can get a detailed image of a particular organ on which the X-rays are focused. Okay, then in computer tomography, X-ray from a finely collimated source are made to pass through slice of an object or a patient from variety of directions. That is, X-rays of concentrated beam are focused on one point only. Okay, so particular single plane can only be observed from different directions, and that is how the image is mathematically developed. Now for direction along which the path length through the tissue is longer, fewer X-rays are transmitted as compared to the shorter path length where less tissue alternating the X-ray beam. So if a path length for the X-ray is longer, then less number of X-rays are passed through that point. However, if path length is reduced, so more number of intense X-rays are passed through those points to get a proper image. In principle, computer tomography involves determination of attenuation characteristic from each small value of tissue in the patient slice. Now, since the X-rays is rotating around the human body, it hits the particular tissue at different angles. Now, depending upon the density of the tissues, the signals are X-rays are attenuated, which are received at the imaging. Now, if there is any deficiency in the body, the attenuation is little bit shifted. There is an attenuation is more, or the X-ray values on the body on the plate is shifted, and in this way we can diagnose if there is any problem with the particular tissue. Okay. Now it constitutes a transmitted radiation intensity recorded from various regions. These are calculated, compared, and after this the complete image is generated. Okay. Now in the next video lecture, we are going to look at the systems and different generation of X-rays for CT scan. It might take 2 lectures, as this is different components will cover a larger part for the CT scan. This is all for the present lecture. Thank you.